Have you heard the latest thing Peter Obi just said? Because if you haven't, sit down properly because this is very serious. Peter Obi, the NDC presidential candidate, just came out to say something that is going to shock you. He said that with the way this government is treating him, he is not even sure he is still going to be alive to contest the next year's election. Yes, you had that right. Alive, not win, not lose, but alive. If you're asking yourself, why would someone who wants to be president say something like this? Don't worry. By the time I finish breaking this down, you will understand exactly what is going on and why it matters to every single Nigerian, whether you support P2B or not. Let's get into it. Here is the situation. P2B sat down for an interview with Chude, the popular media personality, and during the conversation, he made a statement that is now trending everywhere. He told Chude directly, in his words, P2B said, with the way this government is going, I may not even be alive to contest the next year's election. Every single thing I do for a living, this government is deliberately frustrating it. I face frustration every day. Let us see the clip.
The way they are going now, Chude.
Yes. So there's a possibility you may not be a candidate based on how.
Not even a candidate. I might not even be alive. I'm telling you. Every single thing I do for a living, this government is frustrating it. Deliberately so. Everything. So there's even possibility if they have opportunity, I will not be alive.
Oh wow, that's a big.
It's an accusation. I know I get frustration every day because you do things that you think they will be normal. It is not normal any longer. They won't come directly and say, "Oh, we're doing this," but you could see their hand in virtually everything.
So the government is attacking you personally.
They're attacking everybody who is in opposition personally.
Right.
I am being attacked personally. Everything, even to provide me with necessary things that I should have been entitled to. Not at all. I had a case recently at the airport where people who work in the airport came and locked my car. And I said, it's me. The person on the side said, he doesn't care. But I said, look at the cars of other people. And you could see them talking to each other, you know, as if, who is this one? We have divided the country, breeding hatred among us. That's why I keep saying, I want to bring back unity where there's division. I want to show love, compassion, care. It's gone out of here. I said, I'm looking at somebody. He locked my car in front of me and saying, you're not supposed to park here. But there's cars here. So what is the exception to my own? Should the announce people I know at the airport, they will not greet me. Because they are fearing that if they greet me,
they become targets of the government.
Thank you. And I have people send me invitation and say, my son, my daughter is wedding, but please don't come. Yes.
This is a man who has governed Anambra State, who has contested a presidential election before, telling Nigerians that frustration and pressure follow him every single day. And what makes this statement so heavy is not just the I may not be alive part. It is the reason he gave for saying it. He didn't just wake up one morning and start complaining for no reason. According to him, it is because this government deliberately is frustrating everything connected to how he makes a living and how he does his politics in every angle. So this is not just a small comment. It is a man telling Nigerians in plain terms, I am under pressure and that pressure is serious. Now let's talk about one specific example Obi gave because it helps explain what he means by frustration. He described an incident at an airport. According to Obi, his vehicle was locked even though other cars were parked in the same area without any issue. Listen to how he explained it. They recently locked my car at the airport. I looked around and saw other cars parked there, yet mine was singled out. It is this kind of treatment I face regularly. Notice the key word he used, singled out. Not everybody, just him. Other cars were there, they weren't touched, but this car locked. Now, whether you believe it was a coincidence or something else, the point Obi is making is not really about one car at the airport. It is about the pattern. He says this kind of treatment happens to him regularly, meaning this is not the first time and it won't be the last. So imagine being a prominent politician and everywhere you go, something like this happens. Small incidents that on their own might look like nothing, but when you put them together, they paint a bigger picture. That is the picture Obi is trying to paint for Nigerians. This is where things gets even more serious, bigger than just only Peter Obi himself. Obi maintains that everything happening to him is not an isolated case. According to him, it is part of a broader pattern of intimidation directed at members of the opposition in general. Think about it. Think about that. What that means, if true, it means it's not just Obi facing this kind of treatment. It is anyone who belongs to the opposition in this country. And that's a serious allegation because if opposition figures are facing deliberate frustration and intimidation, what does that say about democracy in Nigeria? Democracy is supposed to have room for different voices and opinions, room for opposition to challenge government, ask questions, and campaign freely without being frustrated at every turn. So when a man vying for president comes out and says the opposition is under this kind of pressure, that is something every Nigerian should pause and think about. But despite everything he describes, Obi does not come across as angry or calling for conflict. Instead, listen to what he added. We have divided the country, building hatred among us. That is why I keep saying, I want to bring back unity where there is division. I want to show love, compassion, and care. Notice the shift in tune from they are frustrating me to I still want unity, love, and compassion. That shows that despite everything he claims to be going through, his message hasn't changed. He still wants a Nigeria that is united, not one divided by hatred. Now, let's zoom it out a bit because I know some of you are asking, so what does all this have to do with me? It concerns you more than you think. First, this is a 2027 conversation that has already started in 2026. That means the politics of the next election are already taking shape early. Whether you support Obi or not, allegations like these about intimidation, about targeting the opposition, are the kind of thing that will shape how the entire election season plays out. Second, if a presidential candidate can stand in front of a camera and say he's not sure whether he will be alive to contest an election, that is not something to brush off. That's a statement that should make every Nigerian, regardless of party, sit up and take notice. Because whether you believe him or not, the fact that this conversation has reached this level on its own tells you there is real tension in the political space. Third, Obi ties everything back to unity. He is not just complaining, He is using the moment to remind Nigerians that division and hatred won't take us anywhere. That message, love, compassion, care, this is one thing that should resonate with everyone, no matter who you are planning to vote for. So this isn't just Obi drama. It is a conversation about the state of opposition politics, about tension, and about what kind of country we want to build going into 2027 and beyond. So there you have it. Peter Obi, the NDC presidential candidate, has come out to allege that this current government is deliberately frustrating him to the point where he's not even sure he will be alive to contest the election. He gave an example of an airport incident where his car was locked while other cars were parked freely. He ties it to a bigger pattern that he says affects opposition members generally. And despite all of that, he still comes back to his core message of unity, love, and compassion for Nigeria. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you believe this kind of targeting is really happening? Or do you think this is just politics being politics? Whichever side you are on, let's discuss with respect because that's exactly the kind of unity Obi is talking about. If this video opened your eye to something, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next update. That's it for now. See you in the next one. Take care of yourself and God bless Nigeria.